Hello, McFarland Park families. This is going to be our virtual Meet the Teacher 2020. Thank you for watching. I'm going to start with our IB mission statement. The aim of all IB programs is to develop internationally minded people who are recognizing their own humanity and shared guardianship of the planet. They help to create a better and more peaceful world. One thing that we will focus on in our classroom is the IB learner profile traits. We will go over all of these characteristics in our classroom. We will use it as everyday vocabulary, and we will try to make connections to different characters in our books that we will be reading about, as well as trying to implement as many of these behaviors every day. We will be teaching through the PYP program, and the way that we will do this is we will go over those 6 transdisciplinary themes. We will teach conceptually. So the way that we teach is that we are not teaching individual standards. We are going to group standards together under a common concept so that there are deeper connections, and then the students can learn about different subject areas within one lesson. The student agency in our classroom will look many different ways. One of the big ones for my classroom is the playlist. They will have a list of different activities that they get to choose from, and eventually they will get voice in what goes on those playlists. They will work at their own pace. They will have differentiated activities, and they will get to take ownership over their learning. The IB action cycle is one thing that you will see as a symbol in our classroom as well as our school. We like to inform students that they can start at any point within the action cycle. They don't have to start at choose. They can start at reflect. They can start at act. But we're continually looking at our actions in the day. I spoke earlier about the 6 different units of inquiry. The students will be going over the 6 different units every year that they are in the IB program. They may be in a different order depending on which grade level they are in and how their grade level standards fit into the unit of inquiry. We will be starting with how we organize ourselves and be talking about map skills and patterns and systems. So you will receive a parent letter going over what is included in each unit so that you can make some connections at home as well. The approaches to learning, or how your child is learning in school. We talk about these different skills every single day. This is common vocabulary, again, that we utilize with the students. We want to make sure that they understand what a communication skill is, what a self-management skill is, and really building upon their self-management so that they're ready for intermediate when they need to be more self-motivated. The role of the IB parent, there are 3 slides for you guys on what your role is. I'm not going to read through all of them. If you would like to pause the video and read through them, you're more than welcome to. Mostly, I suggest asking your child questions when they come home from school. Be very specific. If you say, how was your day, or did you learn anything today, they're going to give you like yes, no answers. If you're very specific and say, what skill in math did you talk about today, or what was the character learner profile trait today, you're going to get a more detailed answer, and they can kind of reflect on their day a little bit easier. We want to make sure that we are promoting student agency at home if they are interested in a concept that they're learning at school, or if there is a book that they're really interested in. We want to make sure that they're going home and they're having opportunities to do research and to converse with their parents about their learning. And lastly, being part of the community. It's going to look a little different this year since we cannot have parents volunteering in the classroom, and our events will mostly be virtual for the first half of the school year, but we still want to make sure that we're including parents in our classroom. You guys are a key role in your child's learning, and we want to make sure that you know that you're always welcome in our classroom, whether it is through a read aloud or through a guest speaker Zoom or a Skype session, or maybe you're just sending in resources. We want you to make want you to feel part of our classroom community. So one thing that you can help with is our multicultural event. I've sent a PowerPoint that is extremely lengthy, so I apologize for that. But if you could just read over that, and any way that you can assist with that learning opportunity would be awesome. Accelerated Reader is a huge one for our classroom. I'm a big advocate for AR. I think that it is a wonderful motivator for your child. The way that I set up AR in our classroom is the first quarter I kind of guide the students and set those point and level goals and explain why I chose those for your child. We will be meeting weekly so that they know which section they need to be focusing on, their comprehension or their points, how many tests they're taking, and kind of gauge where they're at the first quarter, teach them how to take an AR test, how often they need to be reading, what types of books they need to be reading, and then from that first quarter, then it becomes more choice and voice. So they get to tell me, you know what, Mrs. Stallings, I met my first quarter first quarter goals and I really want to boost my point goal up, or I really think that I should go up a book level. Then they get a lot more choice within the AR. I always try to explain to parents that the AR can get competitive, and I don't want people to look at it like that. I think of it as your child against your child, that they are looking at their first quarter goal and then their fourth quarter goal, and they're seeing how much growth they have made, and that should make them feel proud, that they shouldn't care what anybody else in the classroom is doing or anybody else in the school. That's not what AR is about. It's about their personal reading growth and how this program can support that. Safety protocols. Our number one priority at our school is to keep your child safe. So some of our new safety protocols will look a little different than what we've had in the past. The main one being that they're going to wear masks, that there's going to be social distancing. We will be in our classroom for a majority of the day, and that is to keep us safe so that we're not being exposed to as many students and adults. Also, the washing of their hands. We have a sanitation station. They will have extra masks. They will be eating lunch in the classroom. All of those things are to help keep your child safe. Next behavior, I